Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my Psy-frame deck profile. I hope you like the video and enjoy, and I'll talk about the deck as I go. So without further ado, let's get into the deck. So the way this deck works basically stops your opponent from doing anything. It's all hand traps, except for this card, I suppose. So first off we have 3 of the vanilla Psy-frame drivers. So you need this. The way the Psy-frames work is to special summon him, and then if you have the field spell, you can synchro summon into one of the synchro monsters. And then we have 3 gamma. So gamma, the way gamma works is it's a hand trap. It's a tuner. They're all tuners as well. So this one stays in your hand and negates monster effects and also destroys that monster. A lot of people are running it in most of their decks anyway. If they end the board with nothing, you know, it's just powerful because the fact that it's like impermanence, but it destroys the monster as well, which is really nice. And then, like I said, you special summon him onto the field and you special summon a driver, and then at the end of the turn they're banished unless you use the field spell, which gets you a synchro monster. And if they're banished, you have different ways to counteract that as well. Next we have Psy-frame gear beta. So this is if a monster attacks, it stops that. Whoa. So this is a one of attack. So they work off level 2s and level 1s, and that's the way the deck works. You either synchro summon a level 7 or a level 8. So that one is attacks. This one is spell cards. So if your opponent activates spell, negate it and destroy it. And then the last one we have of the Psy-frames is alpha, which probably by far the weakest one. I'll move all these down. By far the weakest one, but basically what it does, if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, that's you do it. So it doesn't negate anything. The other ones are a negation. So that's how they work. Everybody's pretty knowing what the Psy-frames do at this stage. Next, kind of my own card I added to it. This one obviously is not a hand trap. This one is Cyber's Gadget. So the reason I use this is because it's a 1 card Psy-frame Lord Lambda. And I'll go into that as well. But like basically what you do is you can normal some of this and then special one of the level 2s. So like you see level 2 or lower, so you have a good few. And you special summon that, and then you can go into a link monster. So I have a link 1 Cyber's monster. So you can go into Link Disciple and then Link Devotee, and then you can go into Lambda. And that's like a free Lambda with loads of extra stuff that you can also go into. Just it's crazy plays can go off. And then when this is sent to the graveyard, you can go into a link or a token and then link off that as well if that is the case. So like even if your opponent does get rid of this and it gets a link or whatever, you know, it's just good to have. Then I'm running, for more hand traps, 2 Ghost Ogre stops your opponents from doing activating stuff and destroys them. And then Ash Blossom stops your opponent from searching stuff, which is really good. These are kind of the main hand traps people use. You can, if you're running OCG, this would probably be 2 and this would be a 3. But I definitely recommend running like 5, 3 and 1 and 2 of each. The next card, and as the last monster as well, is Card D. So what this card is you can normal summon him and then tribute him and then end your turn and you draw 2 cards. So you don't want to be leaving anything on your field on your turn except when you have Lambda on the field. So I still run this card just because if you might not always have Lambda first turn, and you might not always have your Psy-frame Lord or Psy-frame cards first turn, so at least this gets you to draw cards as well, which is really good. The next card we have is Psychic Field Zone. So this is definitely a 3 of now. So basically what this is select 2 of your remove from play monsters, and Psychic remove from play monsters, 1 Psychic tuner and 1 Psychic non-tuner monster, and basically synchro summon and put them back in the graveyard, which is really cool. So if you do banish off later on in the turn when you draw that, you can go into your synchro monster. And then 3 of the field spell, which like I said, what it does is when during your opponent's turn you basically get to synchro summon and go off on some of your plays, and it also has the extra bonus effect of like discarding a Psy-frame and having one of your monsters gain attack. And then because Terraform's down to 1, we run the 1 Terraform, so you're running 4 of this realistically. Then the 1 Emergency Teleport, because you can go into things like Crystal Wing, especially if you have a level 7 on the field, go into the Emergency Teleport and go into Crystal Wing. Or like I said, another thing, it's like a Psy-frame Lord Lambda, another one. 1 for 1 for the same purpose. Upstart Goblin, because we're only running a 39 card deck. 1 Pot of Duality, because you don't really need your normal summon. The 1 Burial from a different dimension, just to put your stuff back into the graveyard to reuse for a later date, because if the synchros get banished, they can get themselves back from the graveyard and have their effects off that. And that's it for the spell cards. And then we have 3 of the best trap cards. So what this does is basically banish stuff face down. So you can banish Psy-frame monster from your hand or face up on your side of the field, and then target one card in the field, banish it face down during either player's turn except the turn this card was sent to graveyard. You can also banish this card from your graveyard and add a Psy-frame card from your deck to your hand. So it's also a searcher. So that is it for the main deck, 40 card main deck. And 15 card extra deck. Obviously I don't run a side at the minute, but I'm at the moment getting a side deck prepared to have for most of my videos. But yeah, so I'm running 2 Psy-frame Lord Lambda. Sorry for I don't have 2 of it, but this card is the card that came out in Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge. And what he does, or she, I'm not sure what it is, it requires 2 monsters except tokens. You can activate this effect with Psy-frame gear of a Psy-frame gear monster in your hand, even while you control a monster on the field. And if this face up psychic monster you control is banished face up while you control this monster, except during damage, you can activate this effect during the end phase this turn, add a Psy-frame card. So if you banish it with stuff like Overlord, you get a search, which is nice. And then you also get to activate, like I said, with your board full, and you still get to activate all the Psy-frame cards effects, which is really cool. I'm going to put these over here. And then we have the one Link Disciple just to go into with the Psy-frame gear gadget. When he's gone, you can do a token and special summon Devotee, and then you can draw a card and summon 2 tokens, and then go for different things that way. You can go for another level 1 or level 2, whatever. Link 2. Next we're running Borolo Dragon, just because it's easy to get a good few cards out, you know, like 3 effect monsters. It's not that hard to do it. Salamgrea Almirage, 1 normal summon monster with 1000 or less attack, which is easy enough again, if you want to go into it. Or the 1 Link Karibo, just for extra, like to get rid of those tokens as well. And then the 1 Boral Sword, and the 1 Link Male Archfiend, because you can get the effect of banishing synchros as well, which is really nice. And that's it for the Link monsters. Yeah, any questions, just put them in the comments or whatever, and I'll explain. Then we have the Psy-frame Lord Omega, which is one of their ace monsters. You only run 1 of this because that's all you can, because it's banned. But this one, basically, once per turn during the main phase, quick effect, you can banish both this card and a card from the field and or 1 random card in your opponent's hand face up until the next standby phase. Once per turn during the opponent's standby phase, you can target 1 banished card, return it to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 other card in the graveyard, shuffle both this card and that card from the graveyard into the deck. So like I said, you have a bit of reoccurrence. And then we have Psy-frame Lord Zeta, which during either player's turn, you can target a special monster your opponent controls in face up attack stage, banish both this monster and that monster, so it just takes it out of play. Then we have the 1 Crystal Wing, like I said, to go Theater Yoke. Then we have Borreload Savage Dragon, just because with all the links you're playing, it's nice to have a few negations. And then for Psychic Field Zone, we have Thought Ruler Archfiend, which is another big beater. It gains life points and stuff like that as well. And pay life points. Exactly 1 Psychic monster and other card. You can pay 1000 life points to negate the activation. When a spell or trap card is activated, targets exactly once, so it has sort of a negation effect. So yeah, so that's it for the deck profile. Please let me know what you think. Sorry it's not too descriptive, but I was hoping most of you guys kind of know it's an older deck. Not much has changed except for really the Link monsters and Lambda, obviously. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and good luck.